As of late, luxury brands have really begun to generate quite, I think, elegant and relatively sophisticated digital experiences compared to what they've done in the past. Not only are luxury brands doing very elegant things with digital, but there is also a conceivable impact on the personal luxury goods sector. Currently, it represents about 7% of the market share globally within personal luxury goods, and by 2025, it's expected to increase, if it continues at current rates, to 18%, which would be the third largest market for personal luxury goods beyond the United States and China. So it's becoming quite evident that we may be on a precipice of sort of a new era for luxury retail marketing with digital in particular. So the next step that's sort of coming up is phygital luxury. Now, phygital is a little different than omnichannel. Everyone talks about omnichannel, multi-channel marketing, which really aims to create a seamless experience across many different platforms, which is a great place to start. I prefer phygital because phygital really gets at the mashup between the physical and the digital channels, which is really important within the luxury sector, wherein sensoriality and rarity are quite endemic to luxury experiences, and so that's one of the key differences here. So one of the key sort of distinguishing features of phygital is it's really fixated on both mobile as well as augmented reality as ways of connecting between the physical and digital shopping experiences. And today we're going to talk more so about mobile. This raises several different issues for both managers as well as academics within luxury marketing. First, I think it highlights a mismatch between theory and practice. Right? There's a lot of theoretical work out there on digital. And of course, most of that theoretical work says that, oh, luxury brands can't do digital, right? It's going to lead to counterfeiting, it's going to lead to the dilution of the brand, and so on. Well, great, we realize that, but now it's time to do some empirical work to see whether or not that actually teases out whether or not that actually happens in reality. Secondly, we have this issue which we heard about in the last presentation of dilution, mainly through the luxury brand having to relinquish some control over their brand image, right? That makes luxury brands very anxious, the idea of doing that. And then lastly, we have this issue of the double myopia, which Kat Ferrer mentions at length within his discussions on digital. Right? The double myopia suggests that a lot of times the needs of luxury brands are at odds with that of innovative or, let's say, tech teams, right? So a lot of times, luxury brands will hire an external sort of group to work on the technology, and that technology group, of course, is really fixated on creating these really sensational and fun sort of digital experiences for the here and the now, whereas the luxury brand is interested in understanding provenance as well as how that luxury brand can generate dreams for customers. So we have sort of a mismatch there as well. Right? And so prestige, and we refer to this as the use of status symbols in order to connote wealth or cultural elitism. What's really fascinating about prestige is that it's both cognitive and it's affective in nature. Right? So on the one hand, we have this sort of the typical idea of prestige, which is to seek status, which would be more the interpersonal effects, but we also have the personal effects as well, which is sort of the self-reflexive part of prestige. So the main argument within this study will be that prestige consumption can, in fact, be an apparatus for phygital luxury. So with this, we come up with the concept of digistige, which is essentially a mashup of both the interpersonal and personal motivations that underlie prestige, plus the in-store digital services, which are phygital in nature, and this is how we come up with digistige. So on the top half, we have the interpersonal effects. So prestige and social networks, that's interpersonal, perceived quality and hedonic value, those are the personal effects. It's pretty evident that the interpersonal effects were much stronger for these in-store mobile usage intentions than the personal effects that underlie prestige consumption. A metaphor that I sometimes use is that of the talking stick. I'm not sure if anybody's taking anthropology courses before, maybe at some point in your life, but talking sticks, right? Within a lot of indigenous cultures, there's talking sticks where people sit around campfires, and the person that has the stick has the opportunity to talk about the lineage of that particular tribe. right? Luxury brands should think the same way about these in-store mobile strategies, right, in order to maintain cultural authority. If we are thinking about the mobile phones and those technologies as being talking sticks, we are trying to, I guess, reward and enrich the experiences of customers that, that are aligned with the objectives of the brand. Another way to maintain cultural authority is also the realization that the brand is in control of that prestige, right? That's something that brands don't want to lose sight of, is that essentially you are in control and that you are directing the prestige that exists for that customer.